Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today I'm going to be discussing how to manage your in-game economy. And so this graph right here, this little chart, I did not make this chart. Credit goes out to Toby's CS. But this graph was what people would go by up until I think it was late 2018 when they released the update to the economy, but that only changed a little bit, so we can still use this to explain some things. So first things first, if you lose one round, you get $1,400. If you lose two rounds, you get $1,900. And this is on a streak. This is consecutive losses. You can't lose one, win one, and lose another. That's just going to give you $1,400 both times. That won't continue the streak. If you lose 3 in a row, you get $2,400. You lose 4 in a row, 29. Lose 5, 34. All right, and it maxes out at 34. If you lose 6 in a row, you also get 34. It does not go up. All right, this goes for both sides, but what they actually changed to the economy was after pistol round. All right, if you lost pistol round, you didn't get $1,400, you got $1,900. It immediately bumped you up to a 2-loss streak, even though you only lost 1 round. And I'll explain how this actually changed the meta in just a second here, but I want to finish going over all of this. If you do plant the bomb and lose the round, it's whatever round loss bonus you were on plus $800 for planting the bomb. That's why some people will go on a full save and just try to plant the bomb, because it does give you some extra cash. All right, if you win a round, it gives you $3,250. Okay, just if you kill everybody, $3,250. If the CTs defuse the bomb to win the round, $3,500. If the T's blow up the bomb to win the round, $3,500. All right, and for most guns, it's gonna be about $300 bonus. SMGs is $600 bonus. Op is $100 bonus. Zeus doesn't give you bonus. Most pistols are $300 besides the CZ, which is $100 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here it is. Op, kill, yeah, knife. So knifing is $1,500. That's bueno. So the meta. All right, what does all this information actually mean? Do you just buy when everybody on your team can buy, or what do you do? So before the update, before getting $1,900 right after pistol, if you lost, what people would normally do, and this is disregarding like CT or T side, if you lost pistol round, you would have $1,400. You're most likely going to then buy a pistol armor, and then if you lose that round, so now the score is 0-2, and you've lost 2 rounds in a row, then you get $1,900. You full save. Nobody buys anything on $1,900. All right, you lose that round, most likely because you didn't invest any money into it, then you get $2,400. So now your grand total of money is $4,300. All right. And then that's when you go into a full buy. You get M4 armor or AK armor, nades, depending on which side you're on. But that's how it went. All right. Now with the update, it changed the meta a bit, because it gives the losing team a bit more flexibility. So instead of having $1,400 after a loss, you have $1,900 after a loss. So what that means is that you can either force buy into it and have a much better force buy than a pistol armor. You can, if you got a kill pistol round, you could maybe get a Mac 10 armor or a UMP armor, depending on what side you're on. It gives you a lot more flexibility. You could drop a Galil or drop a FAMAS to a teammate. You could shotgun, which you wouldn't be able to do previously. So it gives that flexibility, but also if you can full save on your first round loss and then buy the next round. So what that means is that if I lose pistol round, the next round after that, where people normally would force buy into it, I can completely full save here. I'll have $1,900 in the bank, and then the third round, implying that I lose the round prior since I didn't buy anything, I will be up to that $4,300 mark that originally took you to round 4 to get. Now it took you to round 3 to get. All right, but the problem is you don't get as many nades as you potentially could if you do force buy into it. If you do the same thing that people would normally do before the update, so if you played it, if you full saved or sorry, you forced up with the $1,900, all right, and then you full saved on the plus 24, and then you bought when you got the plus 29. It gives you a lot more leniency when it comes to buying nades. You can buy ops if you didn't full save before. And so that's it. It gives you a bit more space to work with, and the meta has really changed in pugs, at least, or matchmaking games, in the sense that people will always full save second round, or most of the time they will full save second round so they can buy third round. But the problem with this is that you don't really get nades. You don't get, like I just said, you don't get nades. You probably don't get defuse kits. On terrorist side, you're very low on nades, and so it comes down to just having the AKs or having the M4s. You won't be able to buy an op unless you full save all 3 rounds. You don't ever buy anything, and then you'll just barely be able to buy an op, no armor. So it's not always the best. When I'm calling for my team, if we lose pistol, I say we force into it. We play it like we normally would before the update, so we can actually buy ops and have armor and have some nades. But a lot of the times in matchmaking, you're just not going to have that. People are going to want to buy as quickly as they can, so they're going to save second round, buy third round. And note that this loss bonus, this change in loss bonus to $1,900 as your first loss, only counts for after pistol round, like the round after pistol round. Okay, if it's mid game and you lose a round for the first time, you're gonna get the $1,400. You're not getting the $1,900. So this chart still applies, very much so. And so let's actually go over that for a second. If, let's say, the score's like 6-3, all right, you're not on a 2-round win streak and you lose a round, okay? You probably have about $3,000, including the loss bonus that you just got. You have $3,000. What do you do with $3,000? All right, if what I would call, and all right, so most of the time, if you lose a round, you immediately force back, because the team that just won a round most likely won't have the best buy. So if it was 6-3 and you lose a round, you're most likely just going to force back into it. But if you have about $3,000, and that's a really sweet spot, when you're if you just lose a round and you have $3,000. So what you're going to do here is you're going to want to buy down to about $2,500, $2,000, somewhere in that. If you want to op, you're going to save the $3,000. And you're just going to go into a full save mode, or maybe a very light buy mode. And the reason for this is because on your second loss, you're going to get almost $2,000, all right? And that $1,900 right there, added on to the $2,000 that you already have saved, or $2,500 that you already saved, is going to allow you to full buy and get nades in the next round. And that's going to be a much better buy than it would be if you force up, all right? Of course, if you have $4,000 when you lose your first round, you're going to want to force up. Anything above like 3,500, you're going to want to force up, and anything below 2,000, you're going to want to force up. And the reason for below 2,000 you're going to want to force up is because you'll be in a double save scenario. Let's say you bought down to $0 and then you lost the round, all right? You're only going to have $1,400. If you then, that goes into what somebody would call a double save, where if you save that $1,400, the next round you're only getting $1,900, and that's only going to put you at $3,300. You're not going to be able to get a full buy off of that, so you're double saving, and that's, you never want to double save. You always want to save for one round in a row. So what you do is you actually force buy on this, you save this, and then once this comes around, you can full buy. If that makes any sense. And in the comments, please ask for clarification if I don't make sense, because this is very hard to describe and explain. I couldn't really think of a better way to do it, but if you have any kind of questions, please let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good day.